Uh-oh. Someone's bleeding and I didn't cause it. We must investigate this at once. Alright. So, we are here in Santa Monica. There's no harm in being goal-oriented for the moment. There's a very obvious quest area we go to, but you're free to explore the city hub and talk to people as you like. There's quite a lot to do here. Like this gentleman, I think you can persuade him to give up some cash.
Yes, is there something I can help you with?
We're not going to be bullshitting him here. I'm just curious what he's up to.
Waiting for that blasted tow truck I called an hour ago. I'd rather not wait another second in this part of town, this time of night. It's rather dreadful.
I have to admire both his pain tolerance and the man's absolutely mad blood capacity.
Germany,
Yeah, not a small amount of blood to cough up on the ground. Anyway, I'm out of here. So, again, this feels mod added because I do not have any mental abilities as in my build. So, yeah, that is probably something that got added in as part of the unofficial patch content. So,
of all the places to have car problems,
we'll leave him to his problems. There is one guy over here. Oh, shit. Presence. Maybe that is affecting people. So that's interesting, because Presence did not give you special options that I was aware of. At least not in the base game. I never put that many points in it. At least not until later on when the game got more combat heavy. But it's possible that the mod has added that to make it more of an issue. So that's interesting. I'll have to look into that more. Good catch.
Need something, pal?
I'm okay. I was just looking for something.
Oh, man, wait. Say that again.
Okay. I'm looking for someone.
Oh, man, you're a vampire, aren't you?
Now, this is a subtle change in the patch. If you go and talk to this guy in the base game, he jumps onto this fact right away, whereas the patch adds it restores the bit of dialogue where he has to wait for you to notice. He has to wait for you to talk so he can notice your fangs before he jumps to that conclusion. What? Vampire? What the hell are you smoking?
Oh, come on. Oh, man, you are too. Don't bullshit me, man. Just come clean, you know? I mean, oh, man. I ain't gonna tell no one. It's okay, man. I just want to talk.
Okay, fine. Let's talk.
Hell yeah! Oh, man! I knew it! Oh, jeez, I knew you were... I just could tell, oh, man, this is great! And I saw your teeth, and I was like, damn, it was like I could just sense you. The name's Knox Harrington. Pleasure to meet you. Oh,
okay, Knox, you're at, like, 10, possibly 11. I need you at about a 4 or, like, a 3 at most in terms of enthusiasm here. I'm kind of having a lot going on here. So, yeah, how do you know all this?
I'm a ghoul. I didn't know about any of this stuff until a couple of months ago.
We had someone run.
I just appeared and, well, all of a
I think one of the bums ran in front of us. You can see we're clipping through his face right here. I think they ran to get shelter from the rain. Peak 2004 gaming here. So, you said you're a ghoul. What's that?
Well, the way it was explained to me, whenever a vampire lets a human drink some of their vampire blood, the human gains a little vampire power. Can heal up quick and that kind of stuff. Jeez, oh man. And they're a ghoul and ooh, watch out.
Alright. Who's the vampire that made you a ghoul?
Oh man, I really wish I could tell you, but I don't think I'm supposed to. But it's really cool to be talking to you well, because I don't get a lot of chance to talk to vampires. Oh man! Well, other than my master. So I thought I'd just say, what's up?
Sure. Alright. So what are you doing around here?
Look, I probably shouldn't tell you this, but I'm on a secret mission for my master. Well, hey! It's been great talking to you, man. But I better be going. Oh, man, important stuff to do.
Yeah, I bet you just have a jam-packed schedule. See you around. So, there's a bit more going on with him than meets the eye. He is a very excitable fellow, and we'll be meeting his master later on. But more on that later. It's basically just an introduction to ghouls in this game, which will be an element. Anyway, this is Mercurio's place, and he's left a nice, convenient trail for us to follow. I think only one of these rooms is actually accessible beside that. That's a very high-level lock. We won't be getting into there. Anyway, here is the guy that we're counting on for the success of our mission. We're off to a running start here.
Those mothers
rip me off. I'm dying here.
You Mercurio?
Yeah. You looking for the astrolite? Oh, I can feel a draft on my fucking insides. They shanked me, the bastards. The blood ain't working no more. My head, it feels cracked. I think my eyes popped.
Stay with me. What happened?
What is this lump? Is this my rib? Oh, holy shit. My rib is poking through my side? Oh, I'm all numb. You gotta look and tell me.
It's a broken bottle. Now tell me what happened to you.
Goddamn chemist. Can't trust any operators in L.A. I verified him. Organization seem reliable. Guy mixes up speed. His crew sells it. Occasionally does explosives. I set up a drop. I show up at the beach with the money, right? 4 of his guys, they come out of nowhere. Junky pricks hit me with a bat. It feels like I got a friggin' horse kicking it.
So, evidence of this game's audio jank is all over the place. So, you can see his model is in front of us.
Those cocksuckers beat me rotten, left me for a stiff.
But the audio is coming from the left side, and I think what's happening is...
Blood's the only thing holding me together. But shit, they got the
wait till
money,
he
they
finishes.
got the astrolite.
I think what's happening is he is technically seated in the middle of the couch, and that's where the audio is projected from, but the animation just has him sprawled out, and it hasn't updated the audio in terms of for directional purposes. So, again, it's kind of a miracle this game released at all, and it took a lot of patching to get even halfway playable. So, there's going to be a ton of this jank, and unfortunately the unofficial patch can only address so much of it. So, Vamp Blood?
Right, you're straight off the bus. Once a month I get fed vampire blood.
Always
Makes me
possible, though.
faster.
Always possible,
Makes me
Grant.
stronger than a normal human.
Not yet, Zero.
Hey,
That's a ways away.
you're
Don't
looking at
worry.
me,
I
you
will.
realize
I will
I'm
let
almost
people know
60.
when we get to VV. Okay, so where do I find the Astrolite now?
Those small-time sons of bitches live out in a dump on the beach. 4 or 5 of them. And one's got the explosives is Dennis. Got my money too, that prick.
Okay, how do I get it back?
You gotta get it back from him. Maybe reason with him, maybe break in. I don't know. I want to kill him. Do whatever you people do. I blew it, I know.
That's an interesting theory. As I recall, they don't ever make it explicit who the friend is. There's a few people in the game who it could be that are knowledgeable enough and watching you enough. Most likely it would be someone that was in the audience at your sire's execution, but there's not really enough information to go on that I know of. Anyway, is there anything I can do to help you?
Yeah, if you could... Oh, something just
Vivi
started
was
leaking.
there, yes.
I need something for the pain.
I'll bring something back for you.
One more thing. About the deal. I mean it. You tell anyone about this, I'm dead. I'm begging you. I got a way of getting people what they need. You don't say anything, I can help you out.
Oh yeah, much more on that when we get to her, but another character where there is much more going on the surface than is obvious at a glance. Anyway, let's go get this guy some painkillers. We'll need to eventually get the explosives and his money back. But we'll want to give him something for what he went through. Even though he technically goofed by relying on a bunch of... apparently a bunch of meth dealers to procure explosives. And not just garden variety explosives, but some very powerful stuff. Let's see. We'll definitely want to look around the city carefully. Opportunities abound for things of a questy nature. We won't be doing a lot of breaking and entering unless there's good cause for it, but we absolutely must be a pack rat in areas we do go into. Not yet, no. That'll be a major plot element for this section, however. If I recall right, there's a conversation we can overhear this way.
I've seen a lot of shocking things in my time on the force, but that pier, that's the kind of thing that makes you lose your faith in humanity.
I gotta say, it's the second worst thing I've ever seen.
Poor bastard down there is torn in 2. By the looks of it, you'd think someone tied him to 2 horses and raced them in opposite directions. What could you have possibly seen that was worse than what's down there?
It was about 3 years ago.
Yeah. There's just enough of an open world to encourage looking around. Each city hub isn't terribly
Shock
large.
bite?
Nah, I haven't seen
There's a good amount to them, though.
Different. Like whatever killed him. The head was
I love those oldie graphics. Yeah. Hey, Mirage, good to see you.
Huge slashes, but
Bullshit.
no. Guy was literally slashed to ribbons. Worst part was waiting for the meat wagon.
Just got done with Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2, a deranged movie. Oh boy. Yeah, anytime you have Mechagodzilla getting involved, you know that story is going places. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think... I don't know if Toreador gets any clothing options for the Swish.
This is why you didn't get invited to Hernandez's wedding.
You definitely see some coat jank as far as loose articles of clothing. And especially, like, hair and other things like that, where they vaguely approximate physics, but then they just randomly jitter out, like, suddenly the game remembered to load them in. There is some fascinating quote-unquote programming happening with this game. Anyway, let's see. Yeah, Source, baby! Mechagodzilla is fine. It's more the magic song they recorded off of prehistoric plants. Oh, God. When Godzilla gets dumb, it gets gloriously dumb. Anyway, here's a rough breakdown of the Santa Monica area. So we walked out of... yeah, Trips Pawn Shop Apartments. We walked out of that that area to the northeast right there. And yeah, we're currently a block over here. So each city location is just a couple blocks worth of content. But they do a reasonably good job approximating city density and trying to find things the player can interact with without drowning you in information or options. Yeah, this is the pre-release version of Source. Yeah, this is the game that Valve asked to have delayed in order for Half-Life 2 to come out first. And I don't know if they had critical engine work to do beforehand or what. I assume some stuff had to go into it. But the game had to be held off for a couple months before, so Half-Life 2 could come out first. Yeah, there's a lot of interesting details about the development of this game. And I feel like a proper behind-the-scenes documentary would be fascinating. Anyway, we do need some painkillers. And if I recall right, we kind of just... We can either go in the front entrance and bullshit our way through, or go in through the back and sneak the whole way. We'll have to sneak eventually to get around. But bearing in mind this is literally me, we're going to be very targeted in our theft here. So anyway. Hi, how's it going?
Please, wait your turn and you'll be seen.
I'm here to work on the network upstairs.
Nobody told me to expect any technicians.
Let's see. Well, your driver complex has a security naggle in the IP routing matrix.
Fine, whatever. Here's the key for the second floor. Stairs are down the hall. Tell the guard upstairs you're here to work on the network.
Thanks, I will. Bye. I just hope I'm in time to salvage the UniVBE server. Bye.
What's the hops, bro?
When in doubt, just make up some bullshit, and the average person will probably just nod. Anyway, so interesting detail here. This is a character that can potentially have a significant role later on.
Please, get a doctor.
And you have some limited interaction with her that I believe the unofficial patch expands on. So we can go get a doctor right here. Unfortunately, it won't be in time to help her. Normally in the base game, you have the option to jump right away to making her a ghoul by giving her some of your blood. This will heal her, and she'll show up later and have things to do, but the patch allows you to actually try to get a doctor, even though we will
sir, but you're
not
going
be
to have
able
to wait outside like everyone else. No exceptions.
Also, I love that snap to the player before the animation finishes playing out, so he's hunched over as he introduces to us. There's this girl over there. I think she's gonna die.
See here now, I'm the only physician here at the moment. We got twice as many people as usual waiting for treatment. I'll look at her as soon as possible. Try to talk to her. Keep her awake.
But
I've got a man in there with a bullet in his head. My nurse paged Dr. Roberts a half hour ago. He'll be here any time. Till then, stay with your friend and make sure she doesn't go into shock. I must go.
all right, I'll leave you to your work. Anyway.
Can someone call my grandma, please?
Stay with me. I can save you. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second. Didn't automatically jump to that, did it? Yeah, so much of this game is just jank as hell, but there's things like that man's hair you just don't expect a game of that era to even bother with. Yeah, no kidding. There's a lot of really nice attention to detail, and every character feels individualized. Like, except for the random townies on the street, it doesn't feel like they're copying and pasting designs for the various people you run into. They all feel tailored for the conversation and for what your character is going to... how your character is going to interact with him. Anyway, Kevin does not know how to... He doesn't know you can just feed someone your blood and make them a ghoul. So he's gonna go, sorry, can't do anything. Good luck. I'm sure the doctor will be there to see you eventually. I'm the hero. Anyway, we are looking for painkillers here. So we're going to get a little bit pack-ratty. Ooh, hang on a second. Computers for grandma. I'll make an exception for skill books. We are definitely grabbing as many of those as we can. Alright. Email. Hackety hack. Nice. Yeah, honestly, it holds up well. We talked about this a bit during the intro. I think a lot of this game is on the strength of its design. Like, we're definitely seeing some dated elements with the model work, animation, and such, and some of the textures. But I think the way it lays out the levels and the attention to detail in the architecture does help it have a little more staying power. Anyway, little help. Hey Danny, could use a little help down here. Can you go up to controlled substances for some morphine? Pretty busy right now. Thanks, F-Dog. Alright, so that tells us where the morphine is. Now, it's not for my personal use. No, it's not for my personal use, you bastard. I didn't know they were out upstairs. Maybe you can get some in Malcolm's office, by the way. By the way, your mother wears combat boots. F-Dog. Okay. Oh, okay, Fred Dingo is F-Dog, alright? Oh, shit, that's cold. I'll be sure to knock before I go in. I need to catch him in the middle of a pelvic examination. And by the way, tell your mom to stop calling me, F-Dog. So yeah, if you're paying attention to the subtext here, one of the doctors is apparently having an affair with a patient. And I think you can actually blackmail them if you... There's one other email I think you need to check out. Alright, personnel. Phlebotomist P. Phil Phlebotomist is a loyal employee and a hard worker, but seems to have various digestive tract abnormalities, which unfortunately result in an increased rate of flatulence. The smell of these phenomena is nothing short of horrendous. Seems we may have to do something about him. You need him killed, huh? Exactly. Got to get that cash for ammo. We're a very broke vampire. Okay, Dr. Bill has worked as this clinic's internal wrangler since 1999. St. Martin M. Malcolm St. Martin is our night shift senior physician. That is the guy in the room that we encountered earlier. That's the guy that's currently operating. Okay, Roberts D. Has never lost a patient. No one can succeed like Dr. Roberts. Thornton K. Several malpractice suits filed against him for unnecessary gynecology. Suggest termination. Fantastic. Yep, time for a drink. Yeah, he's got that Malcolm look to him. Don't mind if I do. Thank you, Zero. Ah, Malcolm St. Martin. So, let's see if we can get in. Ah, blow lock difficulty of 4. We're a little low on blood, so I won't be blood buffing to get that open. Anything in here? Oh! Okay, that was interesting. I did not interact with that. My game automatically appears to have picked that up. So, apparently I am going to be automatically a kleptomaniac. Interesting. Estrogen. Caution. Do not take if male. I mean, you can if you want to. I'm not going to be the one to tell you not to. Unnecessary gynecology is my whole cover, man. Oh, that would be a very mid-2000s ban. Anyway, the controlled substances is upstairs, so let's go bluff our way in. There is a guard... Okay, something's happening here. Hold on a second. I'm going to... Okay, I think what I thought was quick save is some kind of automatic interact button. You can see the toggle up there. And when I hit escape, it toggles off. I've never noticed that before. I don't know if that was in the base game or not. Just know what you're getting into if you do. Yeah, no kidding. Game's janky more than Carl's getting... Oh, God, yeah. Like, this game will have surprises for me. Some of which are native to the project, and some of which are included in the patch. Anyway, I'm here to fix the network. Nurse downstairs told me to talk to you.
Yeah, she called. I don't remember hearing anything about computer problems, but you'd know better than I would. I'll open the door for you. Follow me.
Hey, pays to be the IT guy. Yeah. Especially if you don't have the inspection high enough for loot glint to pick in. So being able to automatically grab things nearby would be helpful. So this gets us into the computer room, which has exactly one computer and nothing else. Let's see. Ah, fuck. Okay. We're gonna have to spend some points. We have to hack. Actually, hang on a second. Did we? We did. Alright, we can read this. Awesome. And that increases my computer skill. Good job, Vector. You found the computer room. Just gonna ignore the copy. Hey, this is literally me we're talking about. Lapses in judgment will be common. Anyway, CS door. Crap. Okay, we are going to have to actually put points into this. We have just enough experience to make this work. No, we don't. Fuck, it's now 6. Oh, wait. Hold on a second. Now, an important thing about the skill books in this game, they give you a point irrespective of the point cost. Now, there are some limits in terms of what level they'll apply at, but as we'll see here, skill costs go up as your knowledge of the skill goes up. So if we put 3 points into computer and then read this... Oh, fuck. Nope, I'm mistaken. They must have fixed that in the patch. So originally, you could read skill books and just gain a solid point of a skill upgrade, but and irrespective of the point cost, but that appears to no longer be the case. Damn it, okay. Alright, no cheese for us. Nope, we gotta be legit. We gotta play fair. Can't get no respect here. Alright. Oh, shit, no, break it off. Okay, we don't want to pick the lock before we've introduced ourselves. Fuck! Oh, damn it, no! Okay. My vampire career is off to a very rough start. Wow, stop that. Well, I always kind of wanted to see an interaction like that, where you have a character who's kind of like supernaturally empowered, and for whatever reason they're bulletproof, and they just let whoever it is shoot them until they run out of ammo, and then they just kind of shrug and go, alright, you got it out of your system yet? Like, not threaten them or beat them up or anything, but just make a point that they can't harm you. You're not really there to harm them, but this whole exercise is kind of pointless. Just to see the gears turning behind the other guy's head and see if they can figure out, okay, I need another mode of interaction here. Can't seem to get away from being shot, can't hustle through books. Yeah, we're not off to a great start here. Okay, let's see if I can at least open the CS cabinet here. Shit. Another mode of interaction is a funny way to spell a bigger gun. Yeah, that's probably what they would do. Okay, oh, shit. Alright, save here. If I recall right, there is another way we can do this besides hackety-hack.
You can let yourself out.
I think one of the 2 Superman movies have that. There's one where the guy goes at him with a rotary chain gun and bounces bullets off Supes. Ah, yeah, I remember that. I want to say it was like the 2009 Superman. He fires at him with a minigun that doesn't work. Then he draws a gun and shoots a bullet at Superman's eye, and the bullet flattens, and that's kind of that. Okay, so controlled substances. So the cop won't bother us so long as we're not doing anything obviously wrong. But we are going to have to go places we haven't explicitly been cleared for. Like there, for instance. So we're going to have to just quietly wait for him to pass. Actually, hang on a second. I think this is just a break room. Ooh, donuts. Except I no longer hunger for donuts. Hang on a second. Hey, Jason, can you reset Malcolm's password for me? He wants it set to Panacea. Alright. All this free food and I can no longer indulge in it. Clearly, this is the worst part of being a vampire. Alright. He's wandered off. Let's see. Hey, here we go. Maintenance room key. Alright. We'll see if we can do something here. Let's see if our password security is a little lower. Camera. Hey, I can hack this. Excellent. Alright. Camera 1. Console trusted camera disabled. Perfect. Camera 2. Prescription storage camera disabled. Got it. Alright. Easy peasy. Now we don't have the keys to those doors, but we do have the keys to maintenance, which I believe is over here. And this being a Deus Ex adjacent game, air vents lead everywhere. So we'll wait until this gentleman rounds the corner. Use the key. Get inside. Now, does this let us climb up? Yes, perfect. Perfect. Alright. Now, controlled substances does not have an air vent passageway in, unfortunately. But I think what we're looking for is in prescriptions, which is this way. Yeah, putting that Caltech degree to use. Exactly. Ah, fuck. Nope, this is properly locked off. God damn it. Alright, I think we are going to have to lockpick our way in. Wait, hang on a second. Where does this go? Oh, this is probably the Malkavian way into the security room. It's going to be darkly funny if I end up completely lost. Actually, hang on a second. Where's this? Oh, Malcolm's office key. Nice. We will absolutely be a key gremlin. It's reminded me a little bit of the air vents in Shadows of Doubt, which actually do kind of function like air vents in real life, in that they don't necessarily lead you to everywhere you want to go, and the fact that they go to every room in a building means you can very quickly get lost if you're not very good at, like, if you're not very good at keeping track of where you actually are. And also, since they're for air conditioning, you can actually freeze to death in them if you're not, if you don't get through them quickly. Anyway. Cadavers. Cowbell, hell yeah. Shadow events are also proc gen and sometimes just randomly go outside. Yeah, again, it's... Air vents are to encourage airflow. They're not necessarily there for ease of access for people. Anyway, Bobo ended up in here. I'll see how he's doing. Wound suggests subject was beaten to death with a baseball bat. Perfect. Keep on keeping on, friend. Falls D. And then back in, which feels like lazy construction simulation. Yeah, I could see that. Severely beaten to death. Something about the way this one looked made me want to lock it in the freezer. Jane Doe. Note, subject body contained only 1 pint of blood. Foul play suspected. Let me guess. There were two puncture marks on her neck, and it's a completely unsolvable mystery. Perry D. Subject apparently choked to death on ham and or cheese. My favorite kind of air vent is one that's just a straight line between 2 rooms. Yeah, no kidding. With no other pathways or fans or anything. Just a hole in the wall that connects rooms in a way no sensible air vent would in real life. Those are just perfect. Like the one in Versa Life in Deus Ex that leads from the bathroom. Leads from the bathroom down to the secure area that's under the giant hand that holds up the globe. It's fantastic. There's like, it's not even locked or anything. Just 10 out of 10 air vent design. It's a complete mystery how they fell to just one special agent. Anyway. So that was fun, but didn't really get us anywhere, although we do have the key for Dr. Malcolm's office now. Dr. St. Martin's office. Oh, morphine! Fuck yeah! Yes! This is what we were looking for. Alright. Hey, it all worked out. Anyway. Email. Let's read his email while we're in here. Let's poo-gas the lobby. Oh right, his password was Panacea. Alright. Tonight? Malcolm, are you free tonight? I thought you could swing by my apartment after your shift. You still make house calls, don't you, Doctor? I have something that needs to be checked out. Paige. Aha. Okay, yeah, so this is where you get the information that Malcolm is, has a girl on the side, let's say. Do I really have to ask twice? We don't have to do anything you don't want. But I really need to do some help studying for my anatomy test, please? God almighty. I guess I'll see you around 5. I'm really glad you finally decided to come over. And if you want me to show my appreciation, you just have to ask. Then, the chaser here. Malcolm, do you think we'll be able to get a day off next week? My mother's coming into town on Thursday. I bought a new mattress and some new curtains for the guest room. And do you think you can pick up some donuts and orange juice on the way home for breakfast? So with this information, if you want, you can actually blackmail him. And I think he gives you like a nice watch or something that you sell. We won't be doing that, but it's just another example of the interesting things you can find if you go poking around, if you read email, if you put clues together, and interact with the various pieces of the game world. But yeah, the morphine was in his office when I thought it was locked up upstairs. So that actually works out. That actually works out perfectly. Panacea. I think it's how it's pronounced, but I could be mistaken. I will defer to others on this. Anyway, Mercurio? Heather, we did not ghoulify her. I brought you some morphine. Hold still.
Oh, holy Christ, I needed that.
I hope that helped. I'll come back when I get more I'll come back when I have the astrolight. See you later, bro. Alright, so that gave us some humanity, and more importantly, some experience. Experience is rewarded piecemeal. You'll very rarely get more than 1 or 2 points unless you finish off a major quest. So, development in this game can feel kind of in fits and starts, and you're always kind of, like, a few points away from meaningful advancement. The good news is it comes at you at a steady clip, and there's enough content where you are making constant, if slow, progress. What's this? I didn't ghoulify her. Sorry. I didn't Googlify her. Okay, Seymour's Coffee Shop will be moving to a new location on the main boulevard of Hollywood. Dear customers, please visit us there soon. But yeah, we did not give her any blood to turn her into a ghoul. Which, of course, has its own consequences later on when she does show up. And that can play out over the long course of the game. But again, literally me, Kevin doesn't really know you can do that, and he doesn't know how to do that if you could. Anyway, it is time for a break. Actually, we'll leave on the ambient Santa Monica stuff here. I'll just park right over here. Googlification, where you get turned into a bad GPT bot. Yeah, Nox did tell us it could be done. I just didn't really get a good sense for how. Kevin's like, do I just, like, open up my wrist? Do I have to, like, cut myself? I don't know. This feels a little sus here. There's some details I should probably clarify before I go around doing this. If he doesn't understand, if he doesn't fully understand, he's not going to try it. Anyway, break time. Alright, and I'm back. Now then. Freshly armed with boss coffee, we continue. So our next questy thing is actually down, if not there, then I think there's a stairway leading down to, beach access that away. We will want to get our stats up just a little bit, because it's potentially a combat area if our social skills aren't up to sniff. So we're going to want to make sure we got a bit more persuasion, I think. Should go ask the Asian market that carries boss. Hey, nice. Hopefully, yeah. Smoke shop. The way this is inserted into the wall like that makes me think this might be patch added. So you can actually kind of see the door just stick out from there. It was not there to start with. So I'm curious. Let's find out. Let's see what's inside here. What's this? Alright. There's that. Okay. Interact also gets rid of the thing interface. Alright. Hey, what's up?
Hey, how you doing?
Okay. Can I interest you in something else besides smoking? Where's this going?
That's a negative.
Okay, no then. Fair enough. What's your story, sir? Mr. Oh, goddamn. Okay, this is definitely something fans put together because the density of the props prevents you from moving through the room properly. You can't even reach these NPCs to talk with them or even feed on them, so you're pretty much just limited to here. A common mistake with fan content. Like, you see that a lot with Fallout 2 mods, where they'll just put a ton of stuff in a populated area and make it a bit hard for you to identify what is the critical stuff.
Good evening to you.
What's your story? So I assume a quest is going to take us here at some point. And we'll actually have something to do in here, but apparently nothing right this second. So it'll be interesting seeing the contrast between that and stuff that is in the game normally. This is using the unofficial patch, and the unofficial patch does have some content that is restored from the base game, and some stuff that is added by fans. The delineation between the two isn't always entirely clear. I know that some of the stuff they've restored some dialogues with individual characters that was there to begin with, but they've definitely added some stuff that was never in the plans. Like during character creation, there was an option to like become a hunter and play through a series of missions as a vampire hunter instead of going through the base campaign. That definitely was not in any document. That's not in any plans I was aware of for the game originally. Anyway, might as well poke our way in here. Kilpatrick's bail bonds.
I don't care. I need to find him so he can find him. It's 250 grand of my money on the line here. Look, I'll talk to you later, okay? Let me know if you hear anything about either.
That might be something that the patch added in. I don't remember him being on the phone. So, let's talk to this gentleman here.
Hello there. How you been?
Hi.
Welcome to Kilpatrick 24-hour bail bonds. My name's Arthur Kilpatrick. How can I help you?
You run this place, I assume?
Yep, sure do. I'm a third-generation bondsman.
No, that is much later. That's in Hollywood.
I handle most every aspect of
Don't get me wrong, though. He does kind of have that Ron Jeremy look to him. How's business these days?
Well, my business ain't bad, I can tell you that much. Santa Monica's gone downhill. Used to be pretty nice, I guess. We do a higher volume now than we did a few years ago, but we gotta deal with a lot more bail jumpers and crap like that.
Sounds like Santa Monica's seen better days.
Hell yeah, I ain't complaining. I'm in a good position to watch it all just slide right down the tubes, you know what I mean?
Get a lot of bail jumpers, I assume.
Of course, goes with the business. Then you sick the bounty hunter on him.
We're doing this for a reason, by the way. That's gotta be an interesting job.
You betcha. I used to do some bounty hunting myself back in the day. Takes a solid set of brass balls to make a good bounty hunter, I'll tell you that much.
Not as much as you'd think. It is surprisingly easy to get these qualifications to be a bounty hunter. Anyway, bounty hunter you have now any good?
Yep, damn good. His name's Carson, and he's great at what he does when he wants to do it. I can't seem to find him now, though. He's pissing me off, to be honest. I need him to go find someone.
Got to ride along with a bounty hunter group for their workday once? Oh, I could imagine that being a bit interesting. If it's anything like a police ride-along, they usually send you along a deliberately safe route, so there's not a lot going on, but every now and then, stuff does happen to make life interesting. So can't you find another bounty hunter?
Well, I don't feel right cutting costs and loose just yet. We go way back.
6
I knew
hours
his
driving
father,
around Texas
too.
going, do you know this
Tell
guy?
you what,
Where were they
since
last?
I'm stuck here, why don't you go look for him? Just real quick. I'll pay you for your time.
Not quite as interesting as Dog the Bounty Hunter makes it look, I'm sure. Alright, where should I look for him?
Great, great. I suppose the first place you should look is his apartment in Santa Monica Suites. Apartment 1, I think it is. Maybe you'll find something there to let you know where he's got himself to. Here's a key card. That'll let you in.
Alright, before I go, could you answer a question?
Sure, pal. What is it?
Want to know about a few places in town.
What place you want to know about?
Alright, what do you know about the asylum?
Oh, you mean that club? We get drunk and disorderlies and drug bust out of there sometimes. Some fights. The owners run it pretty tight, though.
Who are the owners?
You know, I'm not even sure. Couple of ladies. Sisters, I think. You don't see them around here too much.
We'll be finding out more about them later.
What place you want to know about?
Real sense of getting closer in time and to people's last location, but also a lot of the people who jump bail are generally just like, ah, heck, you got me. Yeah, I can imagine they're not usually the people that are seriously committed to fighting the law. They're just hiding or not. They like missed a court date or something. Or a few court dates, it turns out. Anyway, right. Do you know anything about Gallery Noir?
Ah, yeah, I know the place. Funny thing is, that spot used to hold a stinky old pet store.
Alternatively,
now
I
it's some
forgot, yeah.
hoity-toity art gallery with wine and cheese and whatnot.
Yeah, I imagine they feel about... I imagine real bounty hunters feel about Dog the way actual crime scene investigators feel about CSI. Like, the TV always dresses things up to make it look both more tidy to fit in a half-hour runtime and more of a narrative, where there's a clear beginning, middle, and end, whereas, like, actual investigative work is obviously drawn out longer. They don't show, like, the several hours of beat police work that involves, like, finding witnesses, and gathering evidence, and waiting for test results to come in. Didn't catch any of the day I was with them, but they recounted not ever having drawn their firearm in their career. Yeah, that's common. You'll see that a lot in law enforcement and law enforcement-adjacent professions, especially out of the major cities. They can go their whole careers without ever seeing any kind of serious action. Anyway, anything else?
What place you want to know about?
I have seen this episode, Ivory, and it is a work of art.
Yeah, sure. Where?
Yeah, they're chasing down this guy who could just very easily log out, and he's in like his furry avatar or something. What do you know about the diner?
Yeah, that old diner been there going on 4 decades now. Ain't really had a staff change since Nixon was in office, neither. Good people there.
Yeah, 6 hours of 3 people snarking at each other in a minivan is the basis of a pretty good sitcom. Like, yeah, you could make a show
What place you want to know about?
out of just the banter that happens in between interesting things if you structured it carefully and you had the characters to support it. Like, is there anything else I can ask about? What can you tell me about the pier?
The old pier used to really draw in tourism money, but it don't so much anymore. It's pretty much just an old weather-beaten landmark now.
Alright. Alright, let's go see if we can find this guy Carson. But yeah, it's like the banter in the Battlefield Bad Company games. And it often reflects the fact that a lot of military deployments are a dull kind of interesting. There's long hours where basically nothing happens.
Baby. Need company?
And then, like, a minute or something towards the end of your shift or whatever, where you'll hear a gunshot and things are happening and you need to be on. And the banter in those games kind of reflected that. Whereas just normal dudes just bullshitting and trying to find ways to kill time. I think you absolutely could make a show about that premise. Right, Santa Monica Suites, that's it. Alright, this... Ooh, do we have the key for it? Yes, we do, sweet. Oh, Arthur probably gave it to us. Anyway, let's look around. Ah, here we go.
Check. Is this thing recording?
Ah, we have an audio log. Awesome. Vintage
Anyway,
2004 technology.
The McGee case is getting weirder all the time. I found where he's been hiding, and I saw some really creepy stuff down there. There was no sign of McGee. I'm going to follow up on another lead I got, too. I updated the files on the computer. This is Carson signing off. Man, that sounds stupid.
Fortunately, this isn't something the game does often, but it's always a little jarring when they give you a log file in a very obvious video gamey log file fashion. It is a cassette recorder. Like, we're talking technology that would have been dated in the 90s, let alone mid-2000s. But again, that's kind of this game's vibe in a nutshell. So I believe that was a book that gives us some firearm skill. Nice. Let's see. What's the skill on this thing? Yeah, that belongs in a museum. Okay, lockpicking skill of 8. We're way below that. Hey, tattoo parlor. Nice. I don't know that we need to go there yet, but if I recall right, there is a clue in here. Amalia, huh? I wonder if that's going to be significant. So I believe we can hack this, but if we can't... Yep, here we go. So occasionally you'll find environmental clues beside the obvious, like, notepads and such that tell you what the password is, so it was always worth kind of trying and guessing if you know anything about the character. It's a crapshoot, but sometimes you'll get lucky. Sometimes you'll have something to work with. Anyway, location. McGee's hiding in the tattoo parlor in Santa Monica. Alright, very simple. Don't forget the key on the to the tattoo parlor. It's on top of the TV. Good place for your important quest items. Anyway. Now that we know where the guy Carson was after went, we can find Carson. Alright. I believe this should tell us where we are. Okay. Tattoo parlor. Devil's Brand Tattoo. That is right down the street. Nope, this way. So we're getting some very light detective work, especially in this earlier section. When you're trying to find people and places throughout the city, again, we're not dealing with very large areas, but there's just enough density to make the things that happen between major plot sequences interesting. That kind of encourage you to look around, ask questions, get a feel for the place, learn what you're dealing with, who the important people are, and from there, when you actually start doing quest content, you have an idea of what to expect from the city, where to find things, and when people tell you, go find this person, you'll have some semblance of a starting point to work with. Anyway, quick cache for modeling, called Gimbals Prosthetics. That'll be important. Alright, Wednesday, 2200, so someone's got an appointment at Gimbals Prosthetics. So, our fella is not here. Normally there's something that's supposed to trigger here. It's possible I'm missing a clue. Which would be on brand, don't get me wrong. Alright. Oh, maybe this might be a mod thing. Maybe I have to call them. Yeah, normally what happens is... Oh, nice floating phone there. Normally what happens is when you're here, the phone rings and you pick it up and it's someone calling from Gimbals Prosthetics. But in this case, it looks like we are calling them.
Hello? Might I speak with Mr. McGee?
So this actually makes a little more sense. So we're reaching out to them as the next clue in the link here. I'm using his phone, but he doesn't seem to be here at the moment. Can I help you?
Well, I'm not sure. I had an appointment with him a few days ago, but he never seemed to show up. Do you know when he'll return?
No. Actually, I'm looking for him myself.
You are? Isn't that a coincidence? Why are you looking for him?
He'll give experience. It's a long story. I'm a bounty hunter. He skipped bail a few months ago.
Oh, I see.
Can you answer a few questions for me?
I'd be delighted to. Why don't you come down to my office and we'll talk about it?
I'd be delighted to as well. Where are you located?
I'm at the end of Main Street, small basement studio. The sign says Gimbals Prosthetics. Just ring the buzzer and I'll let you in.
Alright, I'll be right there. So this totally legit individual is going to be the next link in our quest chain. There's something of a morbidly amusing scene coming up. Not in terms of what actually happens, but more in the broader context of the game. The Gimbal's prosthetics is down this way. Yes. But yeah, the fact that the game doesn't give you objective markers or anything makes it kind of important to know where the major landmarks are and kind of organically search the city. Which in a small area isn't a huge ask, but there's just enough other landmarks and things around to make it kind of important to be goal-oriented and to know exactly what you're looking for.
Yes? May I help you?
Although you absolutely can just kind of wander around and stumble into quest content. I spoke to you on the phone a little while ago.
Oh, right. I'll buzz you in.
Thanks.
Hello! Welcome to Gimbal's Prosthetics and Medical Supplies. You're here about the missing Mr. McGee, am I right?
Yes, I am. Who are you?
Oh, yes, forgive me. My name is Gimbal. Stanley Gimbal. But, oh, dear, let us dispense with formalities. You can call me Stan.
Let's talk. Tell me a little about yourself, Stan.
Me? Oh, I'm just trying to make things a little easier for those who find themselves disadvantaged. Giving a helping hand, you might say. A leg up. Bloody clever, that one.
Perfect. 10 out of 10 delivery. Anyway, you seem, disadvantaged yourself. There's an interesting story behind this, and that'll be our next clue that there's something amiss with this otherwise very cordial fellow.
Hmm? Oh, you mean the arm. Yes, that's an interesting story, if you've got the time for one.
Always. I'd love to hear it, Stan.
Well, you might say I have a certain love affair with the human anatomy. An obsession, really. Prosthetics seemed a natural occupation in which to, focus my enthusiasm, as it were.
And your arm?
Well, I came to realize that I would never truly reach mastery in prosthetics without knowing what it was like to have to use one.
Okay. Where's this going?
And so I decided, quite out of the blue actually, to cut off my own arm. My work, as you can well imagine, has quite improved since then.
Well, yeah, that's dedication. You might say you really gotta hand it to him. Haha! But, yeah, that's really, really weird. Now, about Mr. McGee.
Oh, right. Mr. McGee. Well, as I told you, he was supposed to show up a few days ago for a photography session. Reference for my
I'm just saying, Mirage, he's a very disarming damn it, see, I fucked it up. I'm not gonna give myself a ping for that, damn it. He paid for that knowledge with an arm and a leg. Oh, that's good. Anyway, yeah, he didn't show up?
No, he didn't. Earlier, I had asked him to take a few pictures of himself for my perusal. A sort of, resume, you might say. And that was the last I'd heard of him.
Yeah, he really put his body into his work. Yeah, you know, he's just following the Hippocratic Oath. First, do no harm. Does the name Carson ring a bell?
Carson? No. I don't think so, anyway. Oh, look. I know I've got some information on Mr. McGee back in my files. Do you want me to try and dig it up?
Yeah, that sounds great. I'd appreciate it.
Don't mention it. Just wait here a moment, and I'll be right along.
Thanks, I'll wait here.
Oh, you have such beautiful arms. I absolutely must have them.
Wait, what? Okay,